4, 3, 2. We are live, everybody.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
So we are here. Welcome to No Snobs or Knobs, which is our 30-minute magazine rant show, basically. So we invite anybody or anything to show up on this show, and feel free to have a rant. And you may every now and then see people from our other shows on this show. But
having a rant. Having a rant, I think, a good name for a magazine. The rant. I think really
the rant.
You have to have. I think you have to have a good rant every now and again.
Roll or Rob Vague, I should say, rants on his show constantly, which is vaguely true every Sunday. So that's a good 40-minute rant.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like his rant. It's like
it's his rant. This is a.
He's got a lot of ranting. He's a serious ranter.
He's a big ranter. Yeah, I know. I saw that. He's a big ranter.
Today, probably a professional ranter.
He's a professional ranter in South Africa. Yeah. He's a ranting South African. But I have a rant, not a rant, but a thing I saw in the Wall Street Journal.
We'll just stop the show now.
There you go. It's done. Well, thank you for joining. A minute and 40 seconds into it. I saw something in the Wall Street Journal. I'm going to bring this on the Lost Dollar Business Club too. But churches now are starting to franchise.
Oh, well, we've been Church of England. Church of England. We've been doing that for years, mate.
I know, but there's a different, and so is the Catholic Church. But I'm saying, I guess these Christian churches now are learning that, their pastors are becoming superstars, and people like Billy Joe Bob and his wife Sally Sue, and so they're franchising churches all over America. So Billy Bob and Sally Sue show up. Once in a while, and you get to hang with them. And if you don't want to listen to the pastor of your church that's franchised, you can just watch the big video monitor in their church.
Yeah. That's crazy. I actually have one here, which is maybe more than about three, not even half, 2 clicks away from the house. Okay. And it's called the Dome, and it's one of 3 or 4 I think they have in Holland. It's a Pentecostal church, and it's funny enough because we'll occasionally we'll drive by, and then that will say, "Do you know the thing that was always most, because it's a huge building? I mean, you'd be happy if you had a car dealership that big. You'd have BMW, Mercedes, and every other brand in the world. That's how big it is, and it's got its own TV channel, the whole shebang.
Oh, of course,
But the funny thing is, when we drive past, Annette always says to me, "Wow," she said, everybody's coming at a certain time. Everybody's smiling. Everybody comes out looking
That's
happy.
because they're on drugs. No. So, but I mean, churches is a business.
Religion is a drug, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's a business. It's not a drug. I guess it is a drug, but church to me is a business. Religion is a business. Yeah. You know what I mean? It really doesn't give you anything except, I guess, kind of, sort of peace of mind.
It's not supposed to give. It's just supposed to take the 10%.
Right. Well, see, the nice thing about being Jewish, our temple doesn't take. It just makes you feel guilty. So what happens is that they need something new, and then you get a little note in the mail, like the building fund, the food fund, this fund, the parking lot fund, the Gulfstream fund, or for the holidays, where you people in the regular churches, you can just go and sit wherever you want. In the temple, we actually pay for seating, on the holy day, like Passover and Yom Kippur. You buy tickets, like a raffle, and then of course the more expensive tickets you sit up front.
Like the cinema. Can you go online and do it like you do for cinema?
I'm assuming now you probably can. But it's religion to me is a business. I know.
So let's go back to this seating thing then, right? So so is it a bit like a cinema or a bit like booking a seat on a plane? You have to get in there early to get a good seat, or for the Jewish temple, for the shul. Oh my goodness! If you should be booking now for next year. Okay, it's one of those.
There's some families that just book for
book forever.
Right. Well, some families, it's kind of like the New York Giants. The family owns the section of that set and they never give it up. So you have some families that have donated a wall, they've donated this or that, so they get preferential treatment. And then like the normal Jews that are just there because, if they don't, they're afraid of whatever's going to happen. And they book once a year, you can tell like there's the prominent and whatever. And then like with our family, even though they were prominent, they like to sit in the back. My grandparents would sit in the front. And then the rest of us would just sit in the back because nobody wanted to be in the front because, the sermons are long and, everyone's just like,
I'm a bit concerned about, saying that they supplied a wall. I mean, is it that desperate that you have to, like, the congregation has to supply their own walls? Is that
we supply everything, oxygen. Yeah, pay for everything. We're Jewish.
Okay.
It's the way it works. No, but no, when I say supply a wall, like they may have a memorial wall. Of people that have passed or people of whatever or a tree of life.
Okay.
And so someone donates, if you will, the wall, and then people donate like plaques on the wall. So, the more you give, it's kind of like going to a university today. The more you give, the higher grade your child gets, or gets accepted, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that
So
as well. The church to me has always been
you have a higher grade of heaven then? Is heaven the right word for Jews? I mean, forgive my ignorance on that, but the next place you go to after you die, what's that called?
That's called Bergdorf Goodman. So that's what you go to after you die as a Jew. You go to Bergdorf Goodman, and then you just work your way up. Then you go to Gucci, Hermes, and you just work your way up. It's funny because the Jews are supposedly in the Bible. It says the chosen people, which apparently is why everybody hates us. We didn't write it, and everyone believes it.
No, they hate you. They hate you because they say you're a Jesus killer. That's why they hate
the Romans technically did that. We didn't. So people should learn their history. The Jews didn't have anything to do with it.
I appreciate that.
So
But
the Jews, we had nothing to do with it. In fact, last night when Jesus and I were having dinner and drinks, we were laughing at the stupid people. But anyway, it's just interesting because people don't know history. They teach it wrong. And so it is what it is. But no, it's like we've talked about in other shows, I don't know when you die what really happens. Nobody does. But I think there's something beyond here. I don't think it matters religion.
So all right. So I was just trying to ascertain what technically the beyond is that you're trying to invest in.
I don't know what I don't think we have a
well,
beyond.
not you personally, but then just like mainstream Jews.
The Jews. What's here? Let's look. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's look at that. Where do Jews go after death? Let's just see what it says. Yeah. Do Jews believe in an afterlife? What happens when in June? So Shiva, where you sit 7 days, I knew of. Traditionally Shiva, some mourn, blah blah. Is there an Shiva? Is I'll tell you about Shiva in a second. Shiva, I'll spell it for you and everything. Hold on a second. Do Jews believe in an afterlife? There is an afterlife. Texas from the very Jewish life. Blah 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 blah. The Bible, the underworld. It's called Sheol. Is a rabbinical known as the number names of blah blah blah. Heaven has an open door policy. Heaven is not gated. Good. So it's it's good. We like that.
Well, that'll be a bit of a letdown.
I know. I hate to tell. So basically, So here you go. First of all, there is an afterlife. Heaven has an open door policy. Heaven is not gated. The righteous and any people of faith have a place in it. So we'll go because I have faith only in hot chicks. But anyway, hell exists. No concept. And here's the good thing. No concept of hell exists in Judaism. The closest we get to that is
it's having Donald Trump as the next president.
Right, there you go. The afterlife can take many forms. Jews believe afterlife are.
I'm worried about. I'm concerned about you, Stephen. I'm concerned about you being cold because you said like it was called Shiva. You know what I mean? Like I'm
sitting Shiva.
I mean, if I got to send. Like just before you die, right? Just email me or WhatsApp me or whatever, and I'll send it. I'll send a blank out.
But it's okay.
I'll send a blank out. No, I'm okay. You see, I'm okay because
your Church of England. Yes, I'm well aware. Your Church of England.
Because we do it in a slightly different way. Like the Catholics, for instance, you have to go into a box and say all the crap that you've done and say, like, terribly sorry, and then they say, right, okay, that's going to cost you,
7 Hail Marys.
$150 and 7 Hail Marys, and whatever. Come back every week or whatever. Church meeting is slightly different. Yeah, church meeting is slightly different. We don't have the ability to do it. They just come along with this begging bag and put it in front.
Okay.
Most of it's on a long stick because they don't want to have any physical contact with you. And you either pass it along to the next person as quick as you possibly can, or, as I say, nowadays, they have it on a long stick because there's not that many people in church, so you never get the bag back. And it just, you sort of rattle it under your nose continuously as if to say, pay, pay, pay. And, the more, shall we say, progressive Church of England people thought, I will get round this. We'll just say, sorry, it's, contactless only. I don't carry cash. So now in the churches, you go in and they give you, they put the telephone in front of you as if you're buying a beer, and you pay. You can pay, cashless.
Okay, so church is a business, I said.
So going back, it's. I mean, it is. I mean, look,
Here, let me just say this before we get off this. Sitting Shiva is when somebody dies.
You'd be cold then. You'd be cold then.
No. The alive people, what they call it's called sitting Shiva, and you mourn for 7 days, and then after that they bury the body, and then you party like it's 1999. Yeah.
Right. So why? Okay. So that's why 7 days. So you'd be cold then when you're after 7 days. I'll send you a blanket, Stephen. I've got. Let me make a note. I've got to put it in my phone. Let me just.
Oh, and you can pay apparently the church with your phone too, which is wild.
Yeah. I mean, it's all. That's
my whole point. Church and religion is a business. There's apps to talk to God. There's apps for this and that. But seriously, if you look at the 13 books that never made it to the Bible, those 13 or 14 books. And I've read them.
You care? You don't consider it.
I know, but I listen. I know that. I realize that if we want to speak to God, you go to Israel, you drop a quarter in a phone. It's a local call. But for the rest of the planet, what I find fascinating is that they've bought into this fable that you have to go into a building, and a guy with a dog collar, or a guy with a funny hat or funny shoes or whatever it might be, is the only way you can communicate with God. When really, when you read the other books, it says you can communicate with God anywhere. So even in the Jewish religion, it's like you go to temple not so much to communicate the way I look at it with God, but it's to learn the old ways and to celebrate your Judaism. It's not really like we're going to talk. The rabbi doesn't talk to God for you. We talk to God on our own. So I'm fascinated. Like,
so what does the rabbi do then? He's just
he collects 10%. He's on commission. He works on commission. He does the important things.
Come on down, boys. Come on down.
He's bar mitzvahs and he does bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs. He does with the moil. They do the snip. They take their 10%. And they do things like and weddings and funerals, which is basically the same thing. So I think that's it's a different mindset.
What about divorces? I mean, don't people celebrate them? I mean, to be honest, a good divorce makes 4 people happy. I mean, come on.
Oh, are you kidding? It makes everybody happy. Yeah.
Sure. So we should be celebrating that. So maybe there's probably a patron saint of divorces somewhere. So you have to pay a penance. You have to pay a penance to the patron saint of divorces. So if in the Catholic Church, they're not really up for the divorce business, but I'm sure the Church of England's, if you get divorced, you have to pay something slightly extra.
Oh my God, there really is. You Catholics
have we got one?
Wait. Yeah, the Catholics do. Unbelievable. So the Catholics are so screwed up. Here you go, Catholics. The Saint Helena is the patron saint of divorce, and those who are divorcing. Catholics are expected a difficult marriage, often pray to her. Really, I didn't even know she existed. Her feast is on August 18th. So everybody who's thinking about getting a divorce or wants to go to Mount Saint Helena, there you go. Yeah, August 18th is coming. So there.
Where is
she's the patron saint of divorce.
I know it's an island.
Washington State.
Oh, it's in the U.S.
Yeah, that's where it blew up back in the day, and half the mountain disappeared.
Right. Well, that mess. Hey, so talking about business, then somebody in the U.S. thought themselves, hey, let's make a patron saint. Let's do it in the U.S. Let's get shuttle buses in to get everybody up to the top. And you can do 2 things. You can either pay for your divorce, or if you go up there together, you can throw your partner over into the volcano or whatever. So,
wow.
Why not?
Very romantic.
Yeah, well, you
Like
know,
sacrificing. It's like sacrificing a virgin.
yeah. Well, I've never met one, so it wouldn't be possible. But
A sacrificial virgin, or just a virgin in general.
I'll take the Fourth Amendment on that one. But
Okay,
or is
we
it the Fifth?
usually
Or is
take
it the Fifth Amendment? It's the
it's
Fifth
the fifth.
Amendment.
It's the fifth. Yes,
Yeah. Well,
we're the
do you
fifth
know what? It's
dimension.
what is the Fourth Amendment? I've just taken it.
Hold on a second. Let's see what the Fourth Amendment is.
I hope it's something worth taking because I've just taken it.
The Constitution, through the Fourth Amendment, protects people for unreasonable search and seizures by a government. So
I'm all right.
yeah,
I'm all right.
you
Okay.
definitely need the fourth and the fifth.
Yeah. So
So
nobody's gonna come and search me, and
no,
but I'm
I think
still
you're
concerned
safe.
about. I'm still. Let me just make sure whether or not that I put that order on Amazon for the blanket for Stephen. I was just
Oh my
Stephen
God.
in case of
You're
death.
still on this blanket thing, huh? Oh my God.
He's going to be slightly cold. Right, got that.
I'm not
Got
going to
that.
be cold.
Okay.
Sitting Shiva doesn't mean I'm going to be cold.
Oh, okay. Well, blimey, we've got big all of a sudden.
Well, I'm always big. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So I figured our
yeah.
fans may want to see us close up for a second. Don't worry, I'll go back to the long
I
shot
wouldn't
in a
have
little
thought.
bit.
I wouldn't have thought so because I've got some other bits and bobs to show. So,
Okay, hold on. Let me go back then. There you go.
So we go back. So
I
is
do
that
like the new
your rant
background.
then? Have you ranted out the first?
I listen. I can go on a rant for about 10 hours about religion.
Yeah, we
and
know
it's a
that.
business,
We know
and
that.
so yeah, I know. So
Yeah.
now,
Okay,
so it
well,
was just. I read that article. I just thought it was
right.
interesting that now that churches, if you will, are starting to franchise because there's like super pastors or super priests or whatever they may
Yeah.
be.
Super nuns.
It's
Oh, can we say
yeah.
super nuns, or we got to get bitched out again for saying that? Super nuns.
Oh, the nun thing. Oh yeah, we did a show the other day and we made fun of nuns. We said they're just like penguins, and someone
No,
said
no,
don't
no,
make
no,
fun
no.
of nuns.
Let's roll back on the wee bit before the Spanish Inquisition
Yes,
come around.
you and Adam made fun of penguins, and I was
Yeah,
like, "How dare you? They're wonderful. I love going to the Antarctic and seeing them." I couldn't believe you made fun of the penguins.
And of course these are nuns then with one N and apostrophe S, but we just leave it there. Right. So
yes, for people that can't spell.
So anyway, look, this is because it's a magazine, you have to have like stuff. So I've had a bit of a look for stuff. So this is sort of stuff that other people have obviously found fascinating.
Okay.
And so I thought we needed to add it to our show.
Sure.
So here we go. So this is the stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So just so you know, because this also goes on a podcast, we actually have to read this stuff because people that have a podcast can't read it.
Okay.
So pandas at a Chinese zoo are now chow dogs in disguise. Oh, they're chow dog. Yeah. Pandas at a Chinese zoo are now dogs in disguise. That's funny. Okay.
Yeah. There's a big hoo-ha about that. Evidently, a lot of Chinese people have been to this particular zoo. Said, well, they're just dogs or nuns. Cute. Oh, sorry, did I say nuns? I did say
penguins. Could be penguins. Yeah. And this one I already know about. The New York-Dublin portal was shut down.
Wasn't that something? Wasn't that something?
Because people were flashing. The girl in New York lifted her top because somebody from Dublin said, "Show us your tits," and she did. So they had to shut it down, and she did.
Yeah.
And so
so much for free points of view. That's what
so much for a portal. And see,
so much
that's
for
why there can
portals.
And that's why there can never be a star. That's why there'll never be a Stargate, because from planet Earth, someone from another universe is going to be like, "Show us your whatever," and we're stupid enough to do it. So
there'll be all the astronauts getting their meat and two veg out. That'll be the thing. So
there you go. Let's see. And then number 3, we have a 106-year-old man becomes the world's oldest skydiver. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for him.
Kind of bit overshadowed the 90-year-old gentleman who's going to be an astronaut. I read that today. He's going up for Virgin Origin or whatever. So he was originally at NASA. He's also a gentleman of color, and he'd been doing the training, but he never got to go to space. And now he's 90 years old. He's going up for the circuits and bumps, as they say. So there you go. But 106, I don't know. But
wait a second, though. William Shatner's in his 90s, and he went into space as well. He went on SpaceX or one of those. But
as far as I know, he's not a gentleman of color. And
no, he's not. He's a white guy.
he didn't have astronaut training. So I suppose it's a nice
Yeah,
sort of
he
full
was on
stop to
Star
the end.
Trek for like 10 years. I mean, that's astronaut training.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I remember he was sort of okay, right. So 106. Was it?
Okay.
Was it a waste of aviation fuel? Was it a
No, he
waste
enjoyed every
of
moment of it.
Was it a waste of a parachute? Discuss. That's what I'm saying. I'm just throw that out.
I don't know about that. All
Okay,
right.
go on.
British farmers
Number
are
4.
using Axe, in
Yeah, which
parentheses
is
link,
like
body spray to keep rams from fighting. What the hell?
Well, this
Really, Axe body
is like a
spray.
body. Yeah, that's I don't know what it is in the US, but it's Axe. It's Axe in the UK. Links they call it here. It's a deodorant for men, an aerosol
I know what
deodorant
it
for men.
is. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, it's like, well,
we have it over here.
I've heard people say other things about your deodorant issues, but there you go. But so they are they've been spraying them to because there's something in it that keeps the old pecker down. So keeps you.
Well, there's
keeps
this other
pecker.
cologne. There's another cologne that explains like a lot of guys wear Axe and can't. That's why they can't have sex. There's another cologne I saw. Someone sent me this thing on Instagram that talks about a cologne that you spray on you, and it's supposed to make women go crazy over you and want to rip your clothes off and have sex with you. So we bought some, and I sprayed it all over me. Yeah. And I went to the mall, and it was very true. The sales girls ripped my clothes off, put new suits on me, and then I bought lots of stuff. So I didn't see the crazy sex, but it works for the ripping of the clothes.
What was that called? That was called American Express.
I don't know. It's like it's like Passion or some crap, and it's like one of the fans said, "Hey, you guys should look into this." And I watched the video on it where this girl's like, I didn't believe it was true, and my boyfriend sprayed it on him, and then all of a sudden I just wanted to have sex with him, and I'm thinking, oh please, give me a break. This is such crap. If this was true, every man in the world would get it.
This show has been so inspirational to me up to this point. We haven't even finished the show yet, but I'm thinking of bringing out sort of this near-death cologne called Shiver. You know what I mean? Because that's like put it all over. Do the whole shebang.
All right. Well, to our Jewish fans, I apologize for the Gentile. So every show needs a Gentile.
I mean, I'm not a Gentile. I'm Church of England. Come on, let's get it straight.
Same thing. So I hate to tell you, pal.
No. We don't have anything to do with all that.
You're one step above a Gentile at Church of England.
Yeah, we're guaranteed. We're guaranteed. Look, honestly,
you're guaranteed something.
Yeah, we're guaranteed. Look, they told me that when I was extremely young, and why would they have lied to me? So I've kept it in the back of my mind all my life. Church of England, you're all right.
Yeah.
God's Church of England got it all sorted. Sure.
Yeah.
So there you go. So anyway,
well,
Shiver, the after clone for those last moments.
There you go, for the polar bears and the dead people. Number 5, man paddles river in this year's Australia. Basically, I should say man paddles river in the largest pumpkin this year in Australia. Pumpkin, whatever. Yeah. So let me get this straight. Some guy paddles in a river in a large pumpkin.
Yeah. Yeah. It was big news. It was big news in Pumpkin Weekly. It was big. it was big news in Hit Me With That Paddle. I mean,
yeah, sure. I like that magazine.
So it just seemed to be slightly bizarre that it got lots of traction. That's all of a sudden. But okay, so like you come home and you say, darling, our life's been taken over. Let's say our house been taken over, greenhouse, a garden, been taken over by Australia's largest pumpkin. Aren't you pleased? God. Yes, I am pleased. Yeah, very, thank you, very good, Bruce. Well done. What's next for you then, Bruce? Right, I said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it into a canoe, and I'm going to sail it across as many rivers as I possibly can.
So he'll be using the Axe body spray and joining the 106-year-old man apparently in skydiving next. So yeah, I can see that.
Well, it's probably maybe skydiving with Australia's largest pumpkin. I mean, at least have some stuff to land on. That's
now that would be interesting. Or he could take it to the portal in New York when somebody says, "Show us your thing," and can show him his pumpkin. Yeah.
If they say get out your meat and 2 veg, so don't worry about that. I've got Australia's largest here. Here you go.
Oh, I like it.
Straight out.
Many girls are going to be like, "You have Australia's largest? Where's that?" Anyway,
yeah.
number 6.
Well, I did. Well, I did have it, but I've had to sort of carve bits of it out to make it into a canoe. So hence the expression: "Are you pleased to? Am I pleased to see you, or is this just a canoe in my trousers?" One or the other.
There you go. There you go. And you can get Paddle Me magazine at every Hilga's House of Pain across the world.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we have. Number 6, U.S. man balances a. Oh, this has got to be the dumbest thing I've ever seen. A U.S. man, of course, it's a U.S. man, balances a running lawnmower on his chin. What an idiot! For 9 minutes and 17 seconds to break a Guinness World Record of not chopping off his penis, apparently, with the blade. Unbelievable.
Well, evidently, he tried it before, and he had not managed to get the 9 minutes and 17 seconds. And so he was. Yeah. So the running. So I mean, I don't know if he's supposed to. Well, when I originally saw the headline, I thought, is he running after the head? He's like trying to do the 100 meters with the lawnmower and trying to beat it. No, but that's not what it is. But basically, what it literally is he starts this lawnmower up, flips it up in the air, and balances it on his chin.
No, I caught that part. I caught all that. That was relatively simple stuff.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm just explaining that to the people who are not watching us and
but the people that aren't watching, they should be able to figure that out when it says man running lawnmower on his chin for 9 minutes. I mean, how do you think it got there?
Well, yeah, he put it on there. So again, one of those really interesting things. Does it mean he'll never have to ever buy a beer ever again wherever he goes because he'll be able to drink out on that or get a free lunch? Do you know
what's he going to do? Carry the lawnmower with him and go, "Hey, you guys want to see a cool trick?" And he starts the lawnmower on his chin for like 2 minutes and go, "Now buy me a pint."
Yeah, unsure.
Do we know where where this guy is from in the U.S.? Because I've got a couple of states in mind that this is perfect for.
Yeah, well, if you can Google it and find it. I tried to. I didn't want to. I didn't want to blow his bubble because he's obviously felt that. He's in the Guinness Book of Records. So it's obviously important to him to do this.
Apparently.
And I didn't want, obviously, because we were going to mention him on No Snobs or Knobs shows. So
I wonder if we can get him on the show to do it.
Well, I just wonder, I'd like to ask all the people who are sort of listening to it and watching the show now, please put a comment in the comment section. The US gentleman who's balanced the lawnmower on his chin for 9 minutes and 17 seconds to break the Guinness World Records, thank you very much. Is he a snob or a knob? That would be interesting.
Or an idiot. I think we have to add another word.
Or a frustrated lawnmower salesman.
I can see that. Well, you know what? If you're going to sell lawnmowers, what better way than to put one on your chin and walk around the neighborhood going, "Look at what I can do for you." Yeah. That's crazy.
I mean, the marketing meetings must be really interesting.
I was going to say, you don't piss him off because he just flings the lawnmower at you.
Yeah.
But out of all your stories, I got to tell you, the one that, other than the portal in New York, I really like the Chinese zoo with the chows that are dressing like pandas. I think that's great.
Yeah. Well, it's a big hoo-ha, you see, because the zoo itself, I was going to put the name of the zoo, but it would involve me actually trying to pronounce it. And all I can actually say these days is Church of England. So I wasn't going to try that one. So it's a big, people were well pissed, because there's this huge report because they go in and they would take photographs of it. And the photograph which I saw, I thought, does look more like a chow than a panda. But
I like that. These are very interesting stories. So we started off with religion, and we ended up with a man with a lawnmower on his chin.
Yeah. And because this is just a short magazine show, as we all know, we better just finish it off with
sexy AI girl of the
AI babe of the week.
AI babe of the week. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the AI babe. I actually talked to a girl about AI babes. She's watched our show. She sent me a message on Instagram, and she sent me a list of AI babes, and she said to me, "Do you find them attractive?" And I go, "Well, no, they're not real." She says, "But is there anything that you find appealing about an AI babe?" And I'm like, "No, they're not real. So it's very nice that AI can make, and this girl's kind of cute, but she does nothing for me. But it's sort of like, I don't get this thing with these AI babes. But sure, AI babe of the week. There you are. What are we calling her?
I think you kind of outed me last time I did the AI babe of the week because, I'm not, I'm allowed. Let's put it this way: I'm allowed to do this. I'm allowed to look for AI babes. I don't have to pay a penance for searching AI babes. So,
and the wife doesn't get mad at you.
Yeah,
there you go. Because this is research for work.
Well, it's like I said before. They're not real, and so therefore my thoughts about them are also not real.
That's the way to do it. I get in trouble no matter what. So but this AI babe is very, back in the day when we owned an adult magazine, we used to airbrush all the women to make them look unreal, so to speak, and take out all their flaws. This is what this reminds me of. So it's kind of like, okay, I want to see what you really look like, but she's an AI babe, so we can't.
Yeah. Well, that's the AI babe. And, I think there might be a hunk somewhere along the line, although they don't. I'm less inclined to go hunk searching.
Yeah, for hunk hunting, because that's a whole different connotation. Then they'll be like, "Hi, my name is Bruce. How are you?" I think we stick with AI babes.
But no conversations there, of course, because they're not real, unfortunately.
Yeah, but still, I think we just stick for us. If this is two guys doing it, if we bring a girl on, if a girl comes in and is our third, or if a girl wants to come as with a rant. Then that week you can have an AI guy. If you have a rant girl, then she can come and we have an AI guy for her.
That's very difficult to say after you've had a few beers, isn't it? If you're
a rant guy, yes.
Are you a rant girl?
Yeah, you're a rant girl. Yes.
No. Okay.
You can go many different ways. So to all our fans that are listening or watching, depending, and you want to rant, feel free to come on No Snobs or Knobs. We don't care.
Yeah.
So this is just a filler show for us. So we're good. So for all you people that are used to seeing Morton on No Snobs or Knobs, Morton is now on a show called Ad Hoc, which goes live every Wednesday morning.
Are you promoting somebody else's show now? Oh no, we're just supposed to be I'm promoting the channel. I'm promoting
the channel. Yeah.
Oh,
so we have Morton's Ad Hoc show, which is
great
live
show,
on Wednesdays.
By the way. Great show.
It is a good crazy uncle, his crazy brother. I know that's why it's a great show. His crazy brother is on it, and we never know what's going to come out of his mouth. So that's interesting, and it gets rebroadcasted every Friday morning. So if you got nothing to do on a Wednesday, catch Ad Hoc, and it's different. So and it's a good show. So so we enjoy that show. But we're doing good. We have 75,000 subscribers. So thank you to everybody who's a subscriber.
Thank you.
People are listening to the podcasting and lots of likes and comments. So lately the channel is doing well. So we want to thank everybody for being part of it. And don't forget to subscribe and like, tell your friends, check out our playlist if you want to see what else we're up to. We're not on every show, thank God. We have shows of culture and class, and then we've got the usual, banter.
Got the usual No Snobs and Knobs. And this will probably all be cut up and made into shorts. Please put your comments and your own rants underneath, and if you'd like us to quote your rant, then just put it's okay to quote my rant under your comment. We don't want to be doing giving people oxygen if they're not worthy of it. But if you'd like to have your rant on one of our ranting shows, i.e. this one, just put please rant or something along those lines, and then we'll enter it into the show and share it with the world.
And rant you up. Well, kids, that's it. We're done at 30 minutes. There you go. Quick show. David, it's always good to see you, my friend.
You too, Stephen. And just like I say, the blanket's already ordered. So don't worry about that.
Thank you so much. Yes, I appreciate that.
Don't want you to be cold.
I appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe and like.